Catholic Bible 1, Lesson 5, Cain and Abel. Adam and Eve had many children. Of these, the eldest were Cain and his brother Abel. Cain was a husbandman and wicked, but Abel, a shepherd, was just and good. Both offered sacrifice to God. Abel a lamb, Cain of the fruits of the earth. God, who knew the secrets of their hearts, looked with favor on the sacrifice of Abel, but turned away his face from the sacrifice of Cain. When Cain saw this, his mind was filled with anger and jealousy against his brother. His countenance fell, and though God chid him in kindness, telling him if he did well, he would be rewarded equally with Abel, yet Cain would not be appeased. So, nourishing his anger and giving way to his spite, Cain one day asked Abel to go with him into the fields. There he rose up against his brother and slew him. As soon as the blood of the innocent Abel stained the ground, God cried out to Cain, "Where is thy brother?" But Cain, hardened in his crime, answered he did not know, nor was he his brother's keeper. But God, from whom nothing can be hid, told Cain that Abel's blood cried to him for vengeance, and because he had dared to touch his brother, he should be a fugitive and a vagabond on the face of the earth. When Cain heard this sentence of God, he gave way to despair, saying, "My sin is too great to be pardoned." So God set a mark upon him, and he went forth, a wanderer and a fugitive upon the face of the earth. The murdered Abel is a figure of Jesus Christ, while Cain is a figure of the traitor Judas and the Jewish people who put our Savior to death. Now let's look at the questions for chapter 5. What is said of Cain and Abel? We learned that Cain was a husbandman and wicked, but Abel, a shepherd, was just and good. What were their sacrifices? We learned that they both offered sacrifice to God. Abel, a lamb, Cain, of the fruits of the earth. How did God receive them? We learned that God, who knew the secrets of their hearts, looked with favor on the sacrifice of Abel, but turned away his face from the sacrifice of Cain. How did Cain act? We saw that Cain was filled with anger and jealousy against his brother, and his countenance fell. How did Cain answer God? We saw that Cain would not be appeased by God, would not be appeased when God was talking kindly to him. We also saw that when God asked him where his brother was, he told him that he did not know, and he was not his brother's keeper. What was Cain's sentence? Cain was told by God that Abel's blood cried to him for vengeance, and because he dared to touch his brother, he should be a fugitive and a vagabond on the face of the earth. What is said of Abel and Christ? We learned that the murdered Abel is a figure of Jesus Christ. What is said of Cain and Judas? We learned that Cain is a figure of the traitor Judas and of the Jewish people who put our Savior to death. I hope you enjoyed Catholic Bible Lesson 5 on Cain and Abel. May God bless your studies.